The CFL Gambling Podcast Week 9 preview, picks, and DFS episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is LeGarrette Blunt, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome to the CFL Gambling Podcast Week 9 preview, picks, DFS, and home of the huge Tits Parlay.
They say we're quiet, out on baby. That's what.
Fantastic stuff, folks. We are back. YouTube.com. Jump on over there. CFL Gambling Podcast. I think it's at CFL Gambling Pod. Same on Twitter. So subscribe. Tell a friend as the hits keep on rolling. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
I'm drinking beer, eating peanuts. I'm at the beach. This is the life. Betting on CFL games. Let's talk about it. Week 8, a ton of fun, an absolute ton of fun. And it started right here. But wait. Before we get to that, this guy just won some major cash on the DFS front. He is also the host of the Old Fashioned Football podcast, which we'll be doing a double header tonight. It's like, hey, yeah, he's theming it after baseball. Give it up for Jmark, aka Nope Turn Jmark. How are you, buddy?
Doing good. Sometimes you got to run two-a-days, get everybody on the right track. Yeah, I'm doing good. Worn out because if you missed me on the SGP show talking Bears last night, I brought up that it's corn sweat season here in Iowa, and been having to clean up some wind damages, some downed trees, and yeah, it's very hot out. Tell me, you know what corn sweat is?
Nope. But I'll tell you this: it's hot as shit here, and I'm at the beach in South Carolina. And it is hot.
Kramer did this with John. Do you have a guess on what corn sweat is?
Urban Dictionary or natural?
Right, the natural.
I'm just assuming it has something to do with farming and sweating.
Well,
is this like farmer's tan?
No, this is so a acre of corn can sweat 3,000 to 4,000 gallons of water and moisture into the air per day. And that's what creates the humidity in the Midwest. So yesterday it was 93, but the real feel was 108 because it was just that sticky, humid moisture out.
So you got
to because of corn.
So you just got to burn down the corn, right?
Yeah, right.
I like it. Shout out to the chat as I eat. I'm pulling an Ace Ventura. That was sunflower seeds and Ace Ventura, but something about beer and peanuts always go together. But shout out to the chat. I mean, the chat's rocking along. Come be a part of the fun. The people said we have lost our minds, Colby. 1560727 says it's a much better product the CFL is than the NFL. Agreed. I don't watch the NFL. I'm sorry. I know he's doing his Bears preview. But yeah, I don't watch the No Fun League. But let's get into it, man, because out the gate, oh man. How spot on are we, huh? Not very spot on. Montreal 23, Calgary 21. I mean, what was this? A 60-yard field goal? What was it again? 58, something like that. Dedrick Mills though did score for us. So there's that. But Montreal, you try to take it from them, and they say no. McLeod Bethel-Thompson, 280 yards in the air. Caleb Evans, 1 for 1, 42 yards. How about that? And my boy from East Carolina, Tyler Snee, with over 100 yards receiving. Not that surprised. I mean, I felt like Calgary was in position to win this game. Kind of let it slip away. Your thoughts on this outcome here?
Well, and I think they might have won outright had Vernon Adams stayed healthy. As soon as he went out of the game, PJ Walker comes in and goes 3 for 7 for 20 yards. He averaged 2.9 yards per attempt. He looked cooked. And I said that, I know you're kind of big on, well, if Adams gets hurt, they have PJ Walker when we talked about it preseason. And I said, he is cooked. He has not looked good. And I think that's the case. If they don't have Adams, which this line flipped like an hour ago, which to me means Adams is not playing.
No, it was announced. It was announced.
Was it announced? Okay. Yeah.
PJ Walker's getting the start. And, look, I think it's different than being thrown to the wolves and actually prepping to start.
I don't know. In preseason, he looked pretty bad too.
Preseason has not mattered in pro football for 20 years. The way these pussies have been playing, you know what I mean?
But when guys look like they don't know what they're doing and they've lost their timing, they've lost their timing. I think Calgary's in trouble if Vernon Adams can't stay healthy. Montreal, though, you got to credit their defense, because even before Vernon Adams went out, they were making life tough for Calgary, except for Dedrick Mills. He was trying to put the team on his back. But this was an impressive win by Montreal. It made me, I had written them off when Davis Alexander was going to be out for 6 games. Maybe we can't do that because that defense is still really good.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Now, we don't agree on the PJ Walker stuff yet. He's not over the hill, in my opinion.
We'll see this week. We'll see.
Then, though, easy cover for our Eskimos, catching 10 against these Rough Riders. The Rough Riders moved to 6-1. Are they the most counterfeit 6-1 team? Well, are they the most counterfeit team in the league, though? But, look, Edmonton is good enough to cover these games. They still suck, but they started Fajardo, and he threw for 346 or whatever and 2 touchdowns, but they still suck. But nice cover. And moving forward, I will take them more because I think he moves the ball better.
Yeah. Agreed. And I was surprised, they were 10-point dogs. They announced he's starting. It only went to like 8. I thought he would be worth some more points than that. The books didn't think so. He started slow, looked better later on. I agree with you. I think he's going to move the ball better. He doesn't have the flash that Trey Ford has maybe, but he also doesn't have as many mistake-prone throws as Trey Ford has. So, yeah, I think they're better in the long run here. It was a good cover for them. We nailed this. We nailed the cover. We nailed the total to be under. Saskatchewan's a hard team to read. Yeah, they've won 6 games, but they rarely look impressive in their wins.
Let's talk about Edmonton first. The Eskimos, with Killam as a coach, I have a lot of question marks. They're up 4-1. Classic NHL score after 1. So game script does not really matter here. Up 4-1 after the first quarter. They're down 10-4 or no 11-4 at halftime. So it's anyone's game, right? In CFL, it's anyone's game. You ran the ball to your running backs 5 times. Your leading rusher was Fajardo with 4 rushes for 20 yards. What in the fuck is going on here, man? You got to be more balanced. You cannot be that predictable. Like, what am I missing here? Like, I get it. Saskatchewan's got a decent defense. They do. Corey Mace does a good job with them. But you still have to commit to the run more. If they know you're going to be passing this much, which I know he threw for 346, but I question the coaching philosophy. Giving your running backs 5 carries the entire game, and it has nothing to do with game script. It's not like they were down 30,
Right.
where you're like, and we got to pass the ball. You had the lead after the first quarter, right? You're down 1 score at halftime. That is on bad coaching, in my opinion. Because
100%.
if you run the ball, it bleeds the clock, it limits possessions. I just have major issues with the coaching philosophy.
Yeah, 100%. I got roasted on I'm part of a CFL Twitter chat or whatever, and I called out this coach. Well, it's going to take him time. He's just getting started as head coach. I get the offensive schemes and everything that can take some time to show up on the field, but calling plays in the right plays, like you're talking about, running the ball, that's not just going to take time type of deal. And it's one of those things. We talked about it last year. Chad Kelly comes in for Toronto. They stop running the ball with Kadeem Carey. So you put Cody Fajardo in and you just completely stop running the ball. You can't do that. You're not going to have success doing that, especially when they have 2 really good running backs. Justin Rankin and Javon Leake are 2 really good running backs. Get them some reps. Maybe you go 2 and out and you have to punt, but start wearing that defense down. It's football 101, right? Wear the defense down.
Look, I get it. Saskatchewan leads the league in rush defense, but a lot of that is because you ran for 5 yards with your running backs. Like before that, it was closer to them being second or third. I just think committing to your running backs 5 carries the entire game is absolutely crazy. We're friends with June Jones, who runs the run and shoot. I even think June Jones, he coached the Ticats. He played for the Argos. I think he would tell you, no, you got to commit a little bit more to the run, like that just to open it up a little bit. It's like I think June Jones would probably back me saying, well, if you're down 30, you just have to throw the ball. It stops the clock too. It prolongs the game. Okay, they weren't though. I would agree maybe more with the decision. They were winning after 1 quarter and down 1 score at halftime. They're just, that franchise is a mess. They just got to bring back the Eskimos name because it never left here.
And when you're 10-point dogs, I mean, even more so, you need to run the ball, right? Control the clock.
Dude, I mean, I wonder what this coach's salary is, because I feel like I really think me and you could go out there and be like, yeah, okay, let's do this. But it is interesting if Fajardo starts moving forward. As much as I don't like the coaching philosophies, I do think he gives him a much better shot to win games day in, day out, or game in, game out, whatever you want to say. So, what do you make of that overall?
Yeah, I agree. And especially if you're playing from behind, I think he gives you a better shot to play and win from behind than Trey Ford does. So absolutely agree. And shout out to Drunken Irishman, going to be in Montreal next weekend for the Eskimos Alouettes game.
That is awesome. Shout out to Drunken Irishman. Folks, going to a football game is always the best thing you can do. All right. Get out to the CFL games, man. Their product's been great. Like the guy said earlier in the chat, I believe it to be better. I think you said it too last week. I think you like it more than the NFL.
Definitely said I get more hyped for the season.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Nice way to fucking play both sides of the fence. Yeah. Go check out some live games. Shout out to Drunken Irishman. Then we have Saskatchewan. I'm with you though. I'm still on the fence a little bit. You'll see about that later on. The shocker of the week, I think, as far as dominance, was the Toronto Argonauts. They are the strangest team in this fucking league, dude. 31, Winnipeg 17. Just when I start to buy, I was reluctant to give up on them. I think you can attest to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of saw some quit, and I was like, all right, they won the Grey Cup last year. Let's fade them this year. And then a performance like this, where they look pretty damn good. What is going on with these Bombers, by the way? Arbuckle, though, 316, 2 touchdowns. Is he the best quarterback in the league, Jmark?
No, not even close. But he is very good against Winnipeg. We saw that in the Grey Cup last year. I don't know if it's him or Dinwiddie that seems to have the Bombers number, but it seems like there's something there where even if they're playing shitty, they can beat this Bombers team.
I mean, this was shocking in the way they did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And we have futures on the Bombers. I think I had 3 preseason futures: the Ticats, the Stamps, and the Bombers. I have my biggest concern is the Bombers, which is the one I probably trusted most coming into the year.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here, man? Are they going to be able to right the ship?
I think they will be. They'll be fine. Part of what you're seeing, in my opinion, and I know the Bombers fans are going to be pissed at this, but Claros is a little long in the tooth. And I think that he last year he started slow and looking old. This year he started well, but now he's starting to look old again. Like maybe he just needs a game or two break. I don't know. And they bring Streveler back in, of course, and Streveler, I don't know.
He has
Streveler is
moments
good
where he
and
looks
bad.
great. Yeah,
Right.
he has moments where he looks great, and he has moments like, why would you throw that?
100%. Yeah.
That's part of the fun. Yeah, and look, the Toronto rushing attack, they actually ran for over 100 yards. Holy shit. That might be the first time all season now that I think about it. Yeah, are they? I know Montreal won, and I was saying Toronto was the most desperate team in the league. Them in Ottawa last week. We were thinking that Montreal would lose so they could gain a game if they were able to get such a catastrophic win.
Right.
Now they got the win. The only problem is the Alouettes won in Calgary. So, you like Toronto's chances to get to the playoffs still?
Nah, they're still cooked. They're still
Yeah,
cooked.
I know you're a hater, but I mean,
I am.
all right. And Winnipeg, you said, okay, we're fine. And then I think the game of the weekend, maybe, I don't know. Actually, the Calgary game was fire too. Hamilton, BC was a barn burner. We battled in this one, I believe, right? Didn't we?
Yep.
Oh man. Ridiculous.
And who was on the right side of that?
Ridiculous. This game was awesome though. What? Bo Levi Mitchell threw a touchdown with what? I don't know, 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
To prevail against BC, who, classic blown lead by them. Fourth quarter was fucking insane. I actually think this was the best game. I know the other game had a 58-yard game-winning field goal. I think this was actually the most compelling back and forth game, though.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, 100% agree. What was really interesting to me is that BC was able to shut Kenny Lawler down. That's something that nobody this year has been able to do yet. They shut him down. He only had 2 catches on 4 targets for 29 yards. But Bo Levi said, hey, I tuned into the CFL gambling pod, and that Jmark guy said Keandre Smith is a good option in our offense. He had him on his DFS team. So let me throw it to him. He had 14 catches, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. You can stop one. You can't stop them all.
That was that one download in Hamilton we got.
Right. Yeah, Bo Levi looks really good. He's an older quarterback that he's had questionable moments throughout his career, but he looks good this year.
Yeah, we should let's just he does look great this year, and we should talk about this right now. Let's just talk big picture CFL before we get into this week's picks.
Yeah.
There seems to be more division this year between the good and the bad. I think last year at this time it was a little like taboo, like every team was alive. You're sitting here, you're not even halfway into the season yet. You're close, but Hamilton and Montreal have a 3-game lead on Toronto. They have a 4-game lead on Ottawa. Maybe Montreal, loses its way, but Hamilton to me looks like they're definitely going to be in the playoffs. Saskatchewan and Calgary look far better than every team in the West. Like BC can't close out games. Winnipeg looks old. Edmonton, the Eskimos are just fucking terribly coached, terribly ran. it seems pretty chalky right now. I mean, not chalky from the beginning of the year because no one had Calgary or Hamilton besides, well, us. But it seems pretty chalky. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I think it's going to be Saskatchewan, Calgary, Hamilton, Montreal, and I think Winnipeg will be that floater team.
Yeah.
I don't see Toronto or Ottawa or Edmonton or BC ramping up enough to overtake them.
BC might have enough explosion to like beat some teams we're not seeing.
You said
Toronto,
yourself,
I
they're a
have no
pussy team.
idea. They are a pussy team, dude, and that's why I never took a future on them the past couple years. Let's talk about this upcoming week. But before we do that, I want to let you know that you are listening to the CFL Gambling Podcast. Look, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport in the summer. All the CFL action you can get. MLB action, golf, racing, tennis, WNBA, all that's there. And, of course, college football and the NFL futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You could easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, you've heard us talk about Rhythm before. Well, they just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. The MLB Power Trends are dominating. 254 and 147, a win rate of 63% and an ROI of 4.5% in their last 400 bets. WNBA Power Trends, 35 and 20 since they launched, just about 64%, 20.7% ROI. What are you doing, folks? Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be as well. Get your free 7-day trial period today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right. Let's get to this week's action because we got slides. YouTube.com. Game 1. YouTube.com CFL Gambling Podcast. Game 1 tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. The Hamilton Ticats are heading to Vancouver, British Columbia. That filthy TD place. This game might be the most interesting game of the weekend. Both teams have quarterback. Are these the best two quarterbacks in the league when healthy?
Hang on, you got me confused. I think you got the wrong slides.
Did I upload last? Yeah,
this was
Calgary,
last week's
Ottawa.
game.
Yeah, my bad. What am I doing here?
I don't know.
Didn't
You
I
threw me. I was like, shit, did I look at the wrong week? What's going on?
Didn't I upload the slides before we did the show? Did it boot us? Oh, yeah, you're right. It failed.
Technology.
No, like the upload failed. I'm looking at it right now. My bad. I'm like, wait a second. Okay. I love how I didn't notice right away. I was like, wait, are they playing it? Because you know what it is you in the CFL you can play two times in a row. Here we go. Calgary is at Ottawa tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. That's hilarious. That's classic. I gotta clip that. Okay, completely different game. And Calgary starting PJ Walker. I believe PJ Walker with prep is still one of the better quarterbacks in this league. And you know, Bob Dice, absolute hot garbage as a coach. Ottawa with their practice tendencies, absolutely garbage. You know, this is a smash play. Ottawa being favored, hilarious. Stamps money line. This is an easy play. Absolutely easy play. And give me the over 49.5. What are you doing here?
This is an easy play because this Ottawa team beat Calgary with Vernon Adams at Calgary. Now they're at home against PJ Walker, and Ottawa's going to crush them. PJ Walker is cooked. You're going to see their third stringer get in at some point. I don't even know who their third stringer is right now, but he's going to be in at some point because PJ Walker is going to be that bad. Drew Brown is back. Yeah, give me Ottawa.
This one you're gonna be wrong about, and like I can't wait to see how wrong you're about. Ottawa's terrible. All right, they should be kicked out of the league as far as I'm concerned with their non-tackling tendencies.
They already beat Calgary.
Yeah,
with Vernon Adams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now's a great spot to jump in on Calgary. PJ Walker has played in the NFL longer than any of these bozos. All right. So now over under 49.5. What are you doing there?
I think I like the under. I don't think these teams are going to put up a ton of points. I think it's going to be a slow, both teams making some mistakes, and Ottawa comes out top, let's say 20-8.
Wow. So we just disagree on all fronts. This is great. Well, then on Friday, the Argos are heading to Winnipeg. Huh. Didn't we just see this game? This is why I was confused a minute ago. Okay. I mean, this is a smash play. Winnipeg is this is it. All right. You lose this. This is a smash play. This is the easiest play on the board. Winnipeg minus the points. There's no way they lose back-to-back games and go 3-4 and maybe dismiss their playoff chances. So all over the Bombers, lay in the 4.5. I will also take the under 51.5. What are you doing here?
So last game smash play we disagreed on. This smash play we do agree on. I know the Argos are very desperate, but I think Bombers are more desperate right now. And I don't think they're going to beat them twice like they just did. I know Dinwiddie has been good and Arbuckle has been good against these Bombers, but I don't think you're going to get it 2 weeks in a row. So yeah, give me the Bombers to cover this easily, but I like the over. I think both these teams are going to throw up a good amount of points here.
I will say the total had me guessing a little bit. Like I don't have a good feel for the total on this game, but I love Winnipeg minus the points. Winnipeg is in the more desperate spot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if Calgary does beat the 1-win Ottawa Red Blacks and Saskatchewan, I mean, wins, which is they're fully capable of taking on a backup quarterback in Montreal, and they lose this game, I do think. I mean, first off, BC could surpass them, but I do think that's a little bit of a panic play then at that point. Yeah, so we agree a little bit there. Then Saturday, why did they not do a game on Sunday, by the way?
I have no idea. You're going to have to ask the Canadians in the chat.
Yeah, what's going on? Saturday we get a doubleheader, 3:00 Eastern. The Ticats are taking on the Eskimos. Ticats looking to seal up that one spot. They're laying 4.5. It's too many for me. Give me the Eskimos plus 4.5. I do think the Ticats probably going to win the game because the Eskimos coaching is, lacks an edge, I would say. But I think the Ticats will win the game, but 4.5 a little steep for me. I like this to be like, a 30-26 type of game, 30-27, something like that. So I'll take the Eskimos in the points here. Once again, with Fajardo, I think it gives them hope that they'll be in this game a lot longer than they would be with Trey Ford. Maybe they run the ball more. They should. I will also take the over 54.5 on this one. What are you doing here?
Over is definitely my favorite play in this game, so I like the over. But I do think the 4.5 is disrespectful to Hamilton. I think that number would be bigger had Fajardo not just had a good performance against Saskatchewan. I think Hamilton's going to rout them. I think this is going to be a game where Fajardo's like, yeah, I had my one game bump. I almost won. Now we see why I'm a backup in the league.
Wow.
And I came strong with the hate today for everybody, if you can't tell. Yeah, this Hamilton team, it's despite the fact that they can't play fucking defense, they're still one of the best teams in the league. And so, yeah, I think they're going to rout them.
Wow. A rout, but yet give up a ton of points because you're on the over.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hamilton might cover this over themselves.
Interesting here.
51-10.
I mean, they could. Yeah, I feel decent about that one. Then the doubleheader, 7:00 Eastern. The Saskatchewan Roughriders heading into Montreal, Quebec, taking on McLeod, Bethel-Thompson, and these Alouettes. Saskatchewan's laying 3.5. I think Montreal's going to win this outright, dude. Look, Saskatchewan was playing with fire. I think Montreal's got championship pedigree, DNA. I know they didn't win it last year, but they won it the year prior, and a lot of those guys are on this team still. And I always think they're one of the best coached teams in this league. I really do. So, Montreal plus the points. Give me the money line, and I will take the under 49.5. What are you doing here?
Again, the total is the best play in this game, and with the under, I agree with that. We only agree on one game for the spread, and that's the Argos Winnipeg, not this one. I'm on Saskatchewan. I've noticed that Corey Mace, the offense tends to do better against good defenses. I think it's because he's such a good defensive coach, but it looks like they seem to excel when they play those good defenses. And then when they play a team like Edmonton, they look like they aren't taking it very serious. So I think when they go play a good defense like Montreal, they're going to be able to control the game and cover this. Now, I did find it at 3 elsewhere. I like it a lot better at 3 than 3.5, but I'll take the 3.5. I'll roll the dice here.
I think the run game will be bottled up by Montreal, and I think like Montreal is the one team that actually like has the style of play. They have the physicality that I think Saskatchewan is 6-1. A lot of it because of their physicality. I think Montreal has that. I think probably more than any team in the league. So that's why I like the Alouettes in that spot. Let's what game do you like the best? Not the total, the game.
It's got to be the Winnipeg game. This is a desperation spot for Winnipeg.
I think that is too. Second for me would actually be Montreal. Yeah. All right. Well, what total do you like best?
Total, it's the under for the Saskatchewan-Montreal game, though I like that Hamilton over as well. And I'm excited to watch the Hamilton game because I think Hamilton's a fun team to watch anyways. And I'm interested to see, can Cody Fajardo kind of keep the mojo going, or is he going to fall back down to earth and not cover?
Yeah. All right. Look, this is time for our Huge Tits Parlay, brought to you by the CFL Gambling Podcast, the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. I'll let you go first because yours was small potatoes compared to mine. So
it's 10-1. You got one bigger than 10-1, huh? I guess you are on a lot of dogs this week, and I'm not, which makes it a little more difficult to have the huge titties. I got the chalky ones. It's like LeBron's wife, I imagine, to get after all that chalk he uses. Give me Ottawa money line. I don't trust him to cover as much, so I took the money line. But then I've got Bombers, Ticats, and Riders all to cover. It's Chalk City, but I feel good about it.
All right, so there's that. Look, I mean, we're going big. All right, we're going like I don't know, Anna Nicole Smith back in the day or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of big. Yeah, I mean, Pam Anderson mid 2000s when looks were going away and just needed to, kick it up a little bit. Yeah, smash play here. And you put $50 into the Stamps money line plus 160. The Bombers laying the 3.5. The Hamilton Ticats. I just wrote the money line here. That's a question. I'll leave it up to the listener / viewer, because if you did lay the -3, actually, you know what? let's zig a little bit. I'm gonna jump in. Let's just take the Eskimos plus 3.5 or 4, whatever you can get this at. That then, oh man, I'm giving you big time bucks. Then you ride the Alouettes money line at plus 125. $50 on that is gonna bring home $580.82.
You said mine was small potatoes. My $50 pays $557. You got a $23 lead on me here.
Well, it's that is small
And
potatoes,
82
buddy.
cents.
Yeah, don't forget my 82 cents. All right. How's that possible when I have 2 money lines?
Because I have 2 spreads, I guess. The money lines aren't huge, right? They're
Wait,
plus
but
125.
What money line did I take though? I didn't take a money line.
Stamps and Montreal money line. Right?
No, I'm saying like from a favorite. I have 2 dogs.
Yeah, but they're small dogs, right? Plus 125 ish.
Stamps are plus 160, buddy.
Let's take a look. I'll plug this in. Maybe your book wasn't giving you the best numbers.
Something's going on. Something's not making sense.
All right, so you got Stamps money line
plus 160.
Bomber, and see, I got Stamps plus 175 on this book.
Woo! What book? What book is that? You can give it out.
ESPN.
Okay.
Those filthy dogs.
Well, maybe I'll be going right over there after this episode to throw this in there. 175. Then I have the Bombers. Oh, dude, I got it. You know what it is my internet connection at this place. It just updated right now as I was okay, $50 will get you $1,000 and $1,048.50. How did it take that long for this website to update? I was wondering. I was like, dude, it's not making any sense.
No, that didn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Oh yeah. We haven't yet to cash a huge Tits parlay. We're almost halfway through the season.
I know. Don't say that. People will stop tuning in.
Well, we've been good. I mean, we gave out a Stamps over 6.5 wins. 35
there
to
yet.
1. I know.
Let's not jinx it.
Man. All right, let's get to DFS. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Yes, the world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the biggest pro football contest, Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. And come hang out with the SGPN guys, myself included, at the Circa contest weekend, August 21st to August 23rd. Myself, my co-host on the College Football Experience, we're going to be doing live shows from Circa, covering Week 0 college football, Farmageddon in Ireland there. Live shows, open bars, plus we're going to give you 15% off your Circa stay. What more do you want? Yes, 15% off the stay. Use the promo code SGP15. Contests are open for everyone, by the way. Sign up in Nevada. You can play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use our promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Hopefully, you've been playing some of that CFL Underdog Fantasy action they've been having. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So what are you doing? Sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back on the CFL Gambling Podcast. Didn't you give out like a top 25 roster last week?
I think it was 28th place, but close.
Okay. Close. I just remember being at a bar, a few cocktails deep, and seeing what you texted me, and I was like, this bastard's beating me. Curious what you're doing here at the quarterback spot, because I am taking a shot that this guy went home and drank from the fountain of youth. Zach Caleros, $9,700. I thought about doing Stravler, dude. I think though, at home, desperate spot, you count on the old vet, Zach Caleros. What'd you do with the quarterback spot?
So I have two lineups, but the only difference is in them is the quarterback and one wide receiver. So I'm going to give them both out. I think it's hard not to go with Bo Levi with how he's been playing. He's 11,000. He's the highest priced quarterback. So it's hard to take him, but I also like taking him. The other quarterback I was toying around with and end up putting in a lineup is on the other side of the ball there with Fajardo. I think he put up good fantasy football points. And if he's able to,
what was his price again?
He's like 8,900.
You know what? I'm gonna switch to him. Because I don't trust Hamilton's defense. I think that's a
he's 8,900, and he scored 26.8 fantasy points last week.
Yeah, that's the better play. You're right. I'm wrong. So I'm changing horses midstream, right, folks. Yeah. You're gonna want to write that thing down because I'm not gonna say that much.
I think tide turning. As I remember, I was raised in the desert, but tides kind of turn. It's easy to see a tide turn. Did I say those words?
Yes. Okay. So now, carry on with what you were saying. My apologies.
No, you're good. I just Fajardo is my other lineup option. So Bo Levi or Fajardo. Obviously, if you take Fajardo, you got a lot more money to work with for your wide receivers or running backs. So I have a little bit more expensive wide receiver with him. But Bo Levi, it's hard to go wrong with how he's playing.
Amen. Yeah, I think I might turn it on a lineup with PJ Walker just for fuck's sake, by the way. Just so I could talk trash to you.
Just waste your cash.
And we should talk about that, by the way, as I know I'm supposed to give out running back, but with Damian Alfred out, I don't know how I'm gonna do anything DFS wise.
Right.
So wait, I'm just trying to cover this. Philpott's out, Alfred's out, Beggleton's out. There's value on the Calgary receiving game, in my opinion. Like, who the hell is catching the ball for them?
Is Barnes out?
Yeah.
Nobody's catching the ball because PJ Walker's throwing it. He's 3 for 7.
You're gonna give
2.9 yard average.
That's because he's throwing to Quincy Vaughn. No disrespect, Quincy. I'm just saying. I guess that is disrespect, but still, it sounds better when I say no disrespect.
It's kind of interesting. They have not brought back Cam Eccles-Looper. He was part of their team last year.
I like his game too, man.
Yeah, like it's interesting with that many injuries. Why are you not bringing him back?
So there's a value play out there. And I know I'm supposed to go with the running backs, but I'm taking a shot on Eric Brooks. 4,900. They got to throw to somebody. Right? I guess our boy Dominic Rhymes is healthy, right? At least last I checked. But give me Eric Brooks. This guy he's got 17 catches on the season. And look, one thing I do like that I think you could find value in is PJ Walker's been with the second team. Well, Eric Brooks has been with the second team too. So maybe there's a connection there that we're not seeing. So that's I know we're going out of order, but I wanted to just talk about the Calgary. I might stack. I might stack. What are you doing at the top receiver spot? We'll end with running backs.
Yeah, you're insane. I'll go with my running back while we're talking about Calgary because that's the only guy that's going to be able to do anything for them. Dedrick Mills, he's 8,800, and we saw last week that he's a stud. He can put this team on his back. He can have 2 rushing touchdowns. They like to get him the ball in the red zone there. I think that's going to continue, and I think they have to rely on him to help PJ Walker. He needs the help from the run game, and that's going to be Mills.
It's just throwing a lot of shade at a couple different quarterbacks here. We shall see, buddy. But at the next receiver spot, let's talk this out.
You just completely skipping your running back?
I've told you I'm going to close with that.
Okay.
I'm going to stack another wide out here. I'm just thinking about, you got Quincy Vaughn. He only has 1 catch on the season, who I just, for humor's sake, shit on. No, like I said, no disrespect, Quincy. You're better than me. You could do Horton, Kalen Horton, who also has one catch on the season, but it was longer, 6 yards longer than Vaughn's. More of a deep threat. He's also got 3 targets compared to 1. I'm trying to think, who the hell do you play then?
I mean, at this point, you might as well change your quarterback to PJ Walker, not Fajardo.
I just think there's gold in them there hills. Someone's got to catch the ball for this team. I don't know. Give me Kalen Horton. All right, I'm rostering Kalen Horton. $3,200 bargain play. 3
Horton,
targets on the season.
Who was that?
He also, you know what I like about Kalen Horton is he is their kick returner. He averages 25 yards a return. So let's go. Where are you going next?
All right, so my highest priced wide receiver, a guy that you were big on last year, he had a good game last week. I don't expect him to have as big of a game, but DeMonte Coxey, he's 8,600. He had 29.5 fantasy points last week, and he was 8,700 then. You don't expect a receiver to go down in price after having a game that's almost 30 points, but he did. And so yeah, give me DeMonte Coxey.
I like it. I thought about rostering him because I did note that he had a fire game last week. My next wide receiver is I'm taking you to that Hamilton game. I refuse to believe that Lawler is going to get blanked, or I know he didn't get blanked, but he did not perform like his normal self against BC. Edmonton can't coach. So that means they will definitely fuck this up. So I did pay up for $11,100. Kenny Lawler. Did you roster him?
I did not. This is one of the first weeks I have not rostered him. I got a 1 point lead on our bourbon battle, so I'll say fuck it and battle you with my pick from Edmonton, and that's Stephen Dunbar Jr. for 6,600.
Let's go.
19.2 points last week, 5 receptions, 82 yards, and the touch. Yeah, Lawler's a much better receiver, but I think the teams are very hyper focused on shutting him down, right?
No, I mean he's killing it, so they should. But you're relying on the Eskimos to use logic.
Oh wait, I just realized I gave out an Edmonton player, not a Hamilton one. We can't battle that.
Oh, we can. It's up to you, buddy. Now you're having second thoughts. You said, "Well, maybe we shouldn't battle that one."
Well, it doesn't fit our normal battle, but let's do it.
There we go. Running backs. I have 2. I'm starting things off with Brady Oliveira at $10,100 against a terrible rush defense known as the Argos. Revenge game here. Oliveira will be the core of this revenge. Did you roster him?
I didn't. Mills was my only running back, but I'll give out my Winnipeg player here. Bit of a value find, I guess, but he had 17.2 fantasy points last week, and that's Jareth Stearns. He's only 4,700.
That's my guy. I gave him out.
Yeah.
Last week. I did.
And he did very well, and I think they'll continue to get him involved in the game.
Yeah. No, that is a good. That's a good value play. I mean, that guy. I knew he would be good in this league. Like, give it time. I think he's going to be very good in this league. Yeah, my second running back is former San Diego State Aztec, Greg Bell. Look, I want to fade the Eskimos here because Greg Bell. I know they're more of a pass happy team, but I also think they might be able to catch him. Edmonton's defense is fucking horrible. I mean, we both noted that. So I think there's just value on taking him. He had 56 yards rushing last week. Got a couple catches out of the backfield. So it's like, yeah, let's load up on him. And he's decently priced, 7,700. But I think he could have a big game here. You did not roster Greg Bell, did you?
I did not. I think I gave everybody out except my last wide receiver here. And this is the one that if you have Bo Levi, I went with Cole Speaker. Even with Davis Alexander out last week, he had 16.5 points, 6 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. So I like him even with the backup in. If I go with my Fajardo lineup, I could pay up a little bit more. And I got Samuel MLS, who came back from injury last week and showed that, oh yeah, this guy's still really good. He's still somebody that Harris loves to throw the ball to. So for my Bo Levi lineup, it's Speaker. For the Fajardo lineup, it's Emulus.
2 lineups. All right, one
What could
cup.
go wrong?
Defense. I have $500 sitting on the table, but I am still going with the Alouettes defense to put the kibosh on this Rough Rider nonsense. Are you with me?
No, I could only afford one defense, and I was damn happy to get this defense because Philip J. Walker is cooked. So give me Ottawa's defense. They scored 11 points against Vernon Adams. They're going to score 21 against PJ Walker.
Well,
give me the
can't
Red
wait
Black,
to talk
3,500.
I can't wait to talk shit to you. You're going to lose there.
I'm setting myself up to really eat shit if I'm wrong here, right?
Oh, yeah. You'll be hearing from me this week for sure.
I'm sure I will.
Folks, he's back tonight. Doubleheader, Old Fashioned Football Podcast. Give Jmark a follow at Jmark Football. You're curious. I'm curious your thoughts on the garbage ass UFL and their layoffs. It seems like they laid off a bunch of teams too, right?
Well, they're definitely switching teams. They've laid off a bunch of people, and from what I'm reading, it all comes down to when the players were threatening to hold out, and they bargained for a little bit more money, and the UFL caved to that, and now they're saying, "Oh shit, we don't have enough money to pay other people, so I guess we'll just pay the players and have nobody else." No marketing, no communications. Who needs it? We got players.
Yeah, hilarious. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. Check out the UFL gambling podcast too, but and the college football experiences. We break down all 136 teams and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Can't wait to these games, and I can't wait to talk shit to Jmark. All right, till next time, folks. The road to the Grey Cup takes another step forward. This is the CFL Gambling Podcast. You better start thinking about yours, Jmark. And we out of here.